Hello everyone, I'm Lab Technician Yue. Today I will focus on explaining the customization of oral irrigators. How should you choose a charging port? From the perspective of core structure, the figure 8 tail charging port uses an embedded metal contact design with sufficient interface depth and good sealing, making it naturally suitable for the humid environment of a bathroom. In contrast, the Type-C port has densely packed and exposed pins, and its interface is flat and wide, making it very easy for moisture to seep in. This is its inherent weakness. In terms of charging efficiency, the figure 8 tail charging port is considered slow charging, usually taking 6 to 8 hours or even longer to fully charge, while Type-C charging typically takes 4 to 6 hours. It's slightly faster than the figure 8 tail and offers higher charging efficiency. However, when choosing a charging port for an oral irrigator, besides considering the charging time, we need to pay more attention to the device's stability. Next, we will conduct aging tests on the two types of charging ports. We will test them under two different conditions. For the first test, we will use the female port. After plugging and unplugging a Type-C charging cable 30 times, we will proceed with the test. The second method is to test the female connector directly without plugging or unplugging it. For both types of tests, we will separately use saline solution or artificial sweat for testing. We can see the data for the first method, where saline solution and artificial sweat were added after plugging and unplugging the Type-C connector 30 times. Both samples are hot melted. The internal pins on the motherboard are oxidized. One sample is hot melted. The internal pins on the motherboard are oxidized. Let's continue by looking at the data from the direct insertion and removal test of the female connector under the second condition. A sample is hot melted, and the pin corners inside the socket are oxidized. A sample is hot melted, and the pin corners inside the socket are oxidized. Next, we will use the figure 8 tail charging ports puncher for testing. After conducting the same test experiment, we found that the product can charge normally, and there was no heating or hot melt phenomenon at the charging port or charging cable. The figure 8 tail charging port passed the test. Our usage scenario for the irrigator is the bathroom, which has high humidity and frequent water exposure. The internal structure of the figure 8 tail charging port is highly sealed. Therefore, stable waterproofing can be achieved without complex protection, preventing issues such as short circuits caused by water ingress, making it very suitable for the usage scenarios. The advantage of the Type-C charging port is that it allows for shorter charging times and broader usability, but using it in humid environments increases the risk of malfunction, which can affect the user experience. Overall, both types of charging ports have their own advantages, and you can choose according to your brand's specific needs. If you place greater importance on charging time and the universality of the charging port, you may give it priority in your selection. If you are accustomed to using Type-C charging ports and often place the product in humid environments such as bathrooms, it is recommended to prioritize the figure 8 charging port. Flycat has been deeply involved in the oral irrigator field for many years, and we have always made user safety our core focus.